The Acts of St. Paul and Thecla. The martyrdom of the holy and glorious first martyr and apostle Thecla. Chapter 8. Thecla entertained by Trifina, brought out to the wild beasts, a she lion licks her feet. Trifina, upon a vision of her deceased daughter, adopts Thecla, who is taken to the amphitheatre again. Which when the people saw, they said, the judgments passed in this city are unjust. But Thecla desired the favour of the governor, that her chastity might not be attacked, but preserved till she should be cast to the beasts. The governor then inquired who would entertain her. Upon which a certain very rich widow named Trifina, whose daughter was lately dead, desired that she might have the keeping of her, and she began to treat her in her house as her own daughter. At length a day came when the beasts were to be brought forth to be seen, and Thecla was brought to the amphitheatre, and put into the den, in which was an exceeding fierce she lion, in the presence of a multitude of spectators. Trifina without any surprise accompanied Thecla, and the she lion licked the feet of Thecla. The title written which denoted her crime was sacrilege. Then the women cried out, O God, the judgments of this city are unrighteous. After the beasts had been shown, Trifina took Thecla home with her, and they went to bed. And behold, the daughter of Trifina, who was dead, appeared to her mother, and said, Mother, let the young woman Thecla be reputed by you as your daughter in my stead, and desire her that she should pray for me, that I may be translated to a state of happiness. Upon which Trifina, with a mournful air, said, My daughter Falconilla has appeared to me, and ordered me to receive you in her room. Wherefore I desire, Thecla, that you would pray for my daughter, that she may be translated into a state of happiness, and to life eternal. When Thecla heard this, she immediately prayed to the Lord, and said, O Lord God of heaven and earth, Jesus Christ, thou Son of the Most High, grant that her daughter Falconilla may live for ever. Trifina, hearing this, groaned again, and said, O unrighteous judgments, O unreasonable wickedness, that such a creature should again be cast to the beasts. On the morrow at the break of day, Alexander came to Trifina's house, and said, The governor and the people are waiting, bring the criminal forth. But Trifina ran in so violently upon him that he was affrighted and ran away. Trifina was one of the royal family, and she thus expressed her sorrow, and said, Alas, I have trouble in my house on 2 accounts, and there is no one who will relieve me, either under the loss of my daughter, or my being unable to save Thecla. But now, O Lord God, be thou the helper of Thecla thy servant. While she was thus engaged, the governor sent one of his own officers to bring Thecla. Trifina took her by the hand, and going with her, said, I went with Falconilla to her grave, and now must go with Thecla to the beasts. When Thecla heard this, she wept and prayed, and said, O Lord God, whom I have made my confidence and refuge, reward Trifina for her compassion to me, and preserving my chastity. Upon this there was a great noise in the amphitheatre. The beasts roared, and the people cried out, Bring in the criminal. But the women cried out and said, Let the whole city suffer for such crimes, and order all of us, O governor, to the same punishment, O unjust judgment, O cruel sight. Others said, Let the whole city be destroyed for this vile action. Kill us all, O governor, O cruel sight, O unrighteous judgment.